Hi YouTube, it's me Danny, and if you're new here, welcome. My name is Danny. I make vlogs about aviation, travel. I make vlogs about feminine energy, wellness, basically anything that I'm passionate in. And today I'm going to make a vlog regarding aviation because I am someone who is currently working as a flight attendant. I currently work for Qantas, but I have previously worked for Emirates, and then prior to that I worked for Qatar Airways. So I've been working as a, oh my gosh, sorry about the wind. I've been working as a flight attendant for almost 6 years now, so I have a lot of experience, and I know a lot of people that watch my channel are aspiring to be a cabin crew. So what I wanted to do today is talk about 5 attributes, 5 qualities that I believe you need to have in order to be a flight attendant. And if you are going to an interview in the future to become a flight attendant, these 5 qualities that I'm going to talk about are ones that are really great to include on your resume. They're really good to include in your final interview. They're really good to include when you're doing group activities at the assessment day. So these 5 things that I'm about to discuss are really important if you do aspire to be a flight attendant. So with that said, let's get started. The first quality you really need to have as a flight attendant is patience. Now, patience is so important because when it comes to aviation, you'll see that there's always delays with flights, things are always not going to schedule, and you're going to be dealing with a lot of situations that require you to be patient. Traveling can be a really stressful period for people, and especially when things are not going to plan, like perhaps they've had a really stressful time getting to the flight. Sometimes they may have missed a connecting flight, or they're going to miss a connecting flight because the flight's delayed, and you're going to be dealing with a lot of stress. So it doesn't help anyone if you as the flight attendant is also stressed and impatient with people and not understanding of their situation. Really, that doesn't help at all, and it causes more distress than is needed. So what is really required in order to be a good flight attendant is to be patient, to have an energy that is very calming when people are around that, and it's very reassuring, and just going with the flow when things are not always going to schedule, just being that person that creates calm amongst the storm or the waves that are happening, just being that anchor for people. And that is done through having patience. I'm so sorry about the wind. I thought it would be a good idea to film outside today, but the wind had other plans. My second quality that I think is really important for people to have as a flight attendant is compassion. Compassion is something that we can all generate, we can all possess, and it's really just that ability to put yourself in other people's situation. So again, you're going to be dealing with stressed people, you're going to have lots of situations where people come to you for advice, for help, for even emotional support sometimes. And while we can't always help people because we are restricted as to how much we can do when we're 37,000 feet in the sky, we can always be compassionate. We can always just be human with other people and imagine what it would feel like to be in their shoes and just relate to them on that level, rather than saying, oh, just get over it, it's not my problem, I don't have to deal with it. What makes a really great flight attendant is someone who is compassionate and who has that level understanding and who can offer that support and that comfort to other people. The third quality that you're really going to need to have if you want to be a flight attendant is being a team player. There's no I in team, and definitely when it comes to being a flight attendant, you really need to learn to work with other people. At the moment, the kind of flying I'm doing now, I don't have such a big team as I did when I worked for Emirates. The Emirates, I was on the 380, so there was like over 20 of us working together. Now, sometimes I operate flights as a solo flight attendant, and sometimes there's just the two of us. So even in that situation where I'm not working with other teammates, I'm also working with my passengers, with my flight crew, the captain and first officer. So it's really important to be able to work with other people and not be so much focused on what is going to serve me and my best interests. You really need to be thinking of yourself in regards to the team and what's going to benefit the team, what's going to benefit the passengers, what's going to benefit the overall success of the flight. So if you're someone who is quite selfish, and I can be myself, that's okay. We're all allowed to be individual, but we really want to be working on building up that team spirit. And the way that we can do that is just by being around other people, and when we're being around them, just really being present with them, listening, not always being the one to talk, but also being able to receive other people's advice and, you know, hearing what the group has to say rather than just overriding everyone with our own opinion. The fourth quality that you will definitely need as a flight attendant, and I've talked about this in another vlog post, so I'm gonna link my other vlog on this topic up here because I think it's really important. But that quality is to be adaptive. It's really important as a flight attendant, probably, and I discussed it in that vlog post, one of the most important qualities to have as a flight attendant, probably one of the best skills you will learn as a flight attendant, is to be adaptive. And what does adaptive mean? It means being able to roll with whatever situation you're presented with. It's being able to adapt to change, because you are going to experience so much adversity in this job. Nothing is the same. No flight is the same. Your passengers aren't the same. You're going to different locations. You're going to be working at different hours. You're going to be working with different people. So everything is changing. It's just constantly changing. And for a lot of people, that can be really difficult. It's not a skill that we are taught very rarely, because most of us are living our lives doing the same thing each day. We're surrounded by the same people, we go to the same job, we work at the same time. So working as a flight attendant can just throw all of that out the window, and it can really be difficult in the beginning to work with all of that adversity. But being someone who is open to change and being, while it might be hard, but learning to work with that, that is a really strong quality that you'll need as a flight attendant. And I don't think you would be able to do the job if you are not able to adapt to change. I think you would really struggle in this job. So just really being open to adversity and being flexible and willing to just move with whatever changes you're presented with, that will make you a very good flight attendant. And the final quality, the fifth, maybe the most important quality to possess as a flight attendant, is to be positive. It can seem a little bit fluffy and not as important as some of the other qualities that I've mentioned, but having a positive mindset is what has got me through so many years as working as a flight attendant. It's got me through the global pandemic. It was a really hard few years for us flight attendants during 2020 and 2021. Everything changed for us, and being that positive person, having that it's when I say positive, it doesn't mean that everything is always good and everything you're always happy, because that's not possible. Life is not about being happy 100% of the time. Life is about duality. So we're going to have highs and we're going to have lows. And sometimes we need to experience the lows in order to appreciate the highs, in order to see the positive. How would we know how good everything is if we didn't know how bad everything could be? And it's having that mindset where you can be in a bad position or a bad situation. Maybe you have a customer yelling at you, or maybe you have a 3-hour delay on ground and you have to deal with all these angry passengers that are upset because they're going to miss their connecting flights. And it's choosing to be positive in those moments. That mindset, that positive energy, that can change other people's energy. That can shift other people from being negative into more of a higher positive state. So never underestimate a positive mindset and how much power you have when you have a positive mindset. Particularly if you're going to an interview where you're trying to obtain a job as a flight attendant. Never underestimate how powerful it is to go into that interview or that assessment day with a positive mindset. Because like I said, you can change the way other people feel by the way that you feel. So that's all I wanted to share today. I hope that's helped you. If you are an aspiring flight attendant, I'm going to link a vlog up here which I've recorded in the past, and that's my advice how to get the job. I have been successful at getting the job with Qatar Airways, with Emirates, with Qantas, and I literally only went to one interview for each and I got the job. I was successful. So while I don't work in HR or recruitment, you know, I can share what I did in order to obtain those jobs, and I was successful. So I hope that you will be successful if you follow my advice. So that's all I have for you today. If you like what you see here, definitely subscribe to my channel. If you like what I said today, then make sure you hit the like button as well, so that other people that are like-minded can also have access to this video. That's how these videos spread amongst the YouTube world. It's by liking and subscribing, and it also helps me as well. So I'm always happy to have you join my community, and if there's anything else you want to know, then make sure you let me know in the comments below, and until then, I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Mwah.